Hey there, Pender family. This is David Rach from the Children's Ministry, and I'm actually right in front of the church, and many of you aren't getting out. That's Ruth Wheeler's tree, and it looks beautiful. So anyway, I wanted to record from here. Last week, I recorded Karen Cross reading a children's story for us for Easter. I want to keep in that same theme, so I've asked Saundra Sandrock to read for us, and it's brilliant. It's called The Lily Parable, and it's a very nice way of bringing the Easter message to us. Please share it with your kids, share it with your friends, and anyone else you think who might need to hear the Easter message. Thanks. Good.
One wintry day, the farmer's young daughter shuffled through the snow, headed for the mailbox at the end of the lane. By the way, this is called the Parable of the Lily. She peered inside the mailbox and found a small white envelope. Surprise! It was addressed to her. Dear Maggie, the letter began, I'm sending a very special gift for you. Look for it soon. Maggie loved getting presents, especially a gift as mysterious as this one. When would it come? Who was it from? What would it be? The farmer's daughter waited and waited, some days patiently, some not so patiently. Then one very ordinary day, a box appeared on her doorstep. The gift had arrived. The farmer watched as his daughter excitedly tore off the wrapping paper. He was eager to see what she thought of her present. But Maggie didn't say a word. She just stared at the small wooden crate full of dirt. Dirt was not at all what Maggie had hoped for. Poking out of the soil was a small piece of paper that told Maggie how to care for her gift. It said, hide in a cool place, in the dark, water is needed, and when spring comes, bring it into the light. Then she knew it must be a growing thing, like a bulb that would someday bloom into a plant. Oh dear, her long-awaited gift wasn't a toy or a doll or a game after all. The farmer could see that she was disappointed. His heart grew sad because the gift was from him. With a sigh, Maggie carried the wooden box down the steps into the darkest corner of the cellar and left it there on a shelf. Sometimes she remembered to water it, but most of the time, Maggie just plain forgot. The farmer did not forget. He just waited and he watched. Spring came at last. The air was warmer, and the gray skies had melted into robin's egg blue. What a welcome sight the sun was. It was time for the farmer to hoe his garden, getting the soil ready for the seeds that filled his pockets. Maggie wanted to help, so she marched down the cellar steps to get her own Maggie-sized gardening tools. That's when it happened. Searching for her toolbox in the darkest corner of the cellar, Maggie knocked the forgotten box of dirt off the shelf. Crash! The crate splintered into pieces and was everywhere. And the flower bulb that rolled to her feet showed no signs of life. What a mess! Maggie was mad at the box and even madder at herself. She swept up the dirt, threw away the broken box, And that ugly old flower bulb, she tossed it out of the cellar door, never to see it again. Maggie woke up earlier than usual Easter morning. A warm breeze blew through her bedroom window, and the chirping birds seemed to call her name. Still dressed in her nightgown, Maggie tiptoed out into the garden. She was hoping to find some daffodils or tulips to decorate the table for Easter breakfast. That's when she saw the loveliest lily that God had ever made, blooming on the edge of her father's flower garden. Its white petals unfolded like a trumpet. Its leaves were green with new life. The scent was as fragrant as the most expensive perfume. Maggie knew all at once what had happened. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry or shout for joy, so she did all three at once. Wake up, everybody. Come see the gift. It's alive. Her family hurried out to the garden. They couldn't believe their eyes. So much beauty from such an ugly box of dirt. Maggie noticed the farmer standing in the doorway, quietly watching. His smile gave away his secret. "Oh, Father, it was you who gave me the lily," Maggie squealed with delight. But suddenly, her little girl's smile faded. Oh dear, she'd thrown away her father's gift without so much as a thank you. How that must have hurt him. "I'm sorry, Daddy," she said, putting her little arms around his big waist. "Will you forgive me?" "Oh, my child," her father said, hugging her tightly. That's what Easter is all about.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.